A man's virtue mostly flows from three separate sources: desire, emotion, and intelligence. Knowledge is a wise man's treasure, but beware of false doctrines, for they are even more dangerous than ignorance. Forget all that you know, or think that you know. Abandon the hunger for power and enforce decrees. Look inward where the deepest rivers flow. There, you'll find the currents of eternity. And as always, my friends, welcome to my mania. Isn't that annoying? I gotta get that fixed. I can't even breathe without my chair squeaking. Welcome. Hello, everybody. I'm Jake Johnson, your host for this evening, coming to you live from the internet. And you're watching Untethered live stream, hiding out somewhere in the coast of North Carolina, just off the coast. Trying to stay out of trouble, as it were. What's going on where you're from? How are things? It's another beautiful day we've had today. No rain. Nice and lovely. One sprig of hair sticking up. Get out, lifeless devil, come out! I'll just have to cut it off, I reckon. If I can catch it. There it is. Kev, what's up, buddy? Are you here? You're excited. You've had April in the office all day. Is that good or bad? Or a sexual harassment suit waiting to happen? What's up? Glad to see you here. If in fact you are. You are. It's Wednesday. That means it's chill stream day. That means we can talk about things. But I have to talk in code, because if I don't, YouTube will censor me. And I don't want to be censored. So, when I talk in code, you'll just have to listen for it. You know, like spherical home heating. Or German mustache aficionado followers. Or northern Mexicans. You know, that sort of thing. Hand extension fire extinguisher notification. April did sexual harass me, but I liked it. She is hot, your cousin. I hear you. I didn't notice. We only grew up in the same house in the South. I never noticed. I'm glad that you find a use for that, though. That would be relative copulation therapy. Blah, blah, blah. Good. Good for you guys. I hadn't seen a pretty woman in quite a while. I've been right by myself, my nose in a book, for about 15 years. It's necessary to feed the brain, but it kind of sucks for the rest of it. But I am now, and always and forever will be, mentally capable. I can even hold my own with a lawyer if I have to. Learn the hard way. I'm glad to see that you got out of your little situation that you were in Monday night, though. I'm glad you got home safe. April, Beefs is filled tonight. I'm assuming you're talking about a restaurant, because otherwise that would be gross. Table conversation. Gross table conversation. Where are you? Where are who? Me or April? I am in the fifth dimension. To the left of the asterisk. Just down the hall from the Akashic Records room. Oh, but you weren't talking about me, were you? I had a very nice tow truck driver, and Beefs is a restaurant. Where is April? Gotcha. I'm glad nobody from the motel bothered you. I didn't figure they would, though. They see one white guy in a little car by himself, they get kind of paranoid and think it's a trap. I would anyway. Did you guys get a chance to go back and rewatch the podcast? Because I know you missed a lot of it, and it was a particularly good one. And I hope you don't miss that one. That was the introduction of Paul, who is responsible for much of the New Testament, by way of letters back and forth to different church leaders. Priests and whatnot. Sunday was good, but Monday was slightly epic. And when we go next Monday, when we start talking about what's coming, I want you to be caught up with the story, because it won't make a lot of sense otherwise. Because we've kind of done a 180. We've gone from talking about one group of people to talking about another group of people which propagate the church forward. So it's kind of important. We're at a pivotal moment. And Paul, being Saul originally, was a bad guy, only he didn't know it. I mean, he earnestly thought he was doing right. And he was good at it. He was a ancient Bruce Willis type, you know. He'd go and kick ass and take names and get paid handsomely for it. But then God talked to him and let him know what was really up, and he had a complete change of heart and went the other direction. It's a pretty interesting story arc for a guy. But it just goes to show you that anybody can be saved, regardless of what you've done. There's a lot of people that feel like they can't be saved, and they need to know better. They most certainly can be. All they have to do is learn the difference between right and wrong. And that's usually why people end up in a bad situation anyway, because they weren't taught right from wrong. If they in fact were taught right from wrong and chose to do it anyway, then those people are generally bad people. But the majority of the people in the world, notwithstanding the actual bad people, the majority of the people are not bad. They're just misinformed or miseducated. You're headed to the ale house. Have an ale for me. I eat out every day too, but my eating out's like chicken McNuggets. I don't have a woman to cook for me. And I'm much, much too lazy to cook for myself. disproportionately challenged. That's what I am. I'm not lazy. I'm occupied in other areas. With them northern Mexicans. Huh? Driving Mr. Cox. There's something to be said for driving Cox. Where be the troll? I don't know. I hadn't seen him yet. He might be here. He popped in Monday for a little while and then popped right back out. Said something cryptic and then left. I have no idea what he meant, but whatever. He may pop in a little bit later, or he may not. There he is. Speak of the devil. Internet sucks. I told you he might pop in. And there he is. We were just talking about you, Great Sky Troll. Just wondering where your whereabouts was. April will be on soon. Good. Then the gang will all be here. How's your fish aquarium going, Great Sky? Your prawn aquarium. Or is it brim? Or is it octopus? Read the Bible in the Shrek voice. You get more views. Read the Bible in the Shrek voice. I'd get more views. Well, I'm not above it. I could do a Scottish accent if I needed to. But alas, we may discuss it, but there'll be no Bible reading today. Ace is not the helpful place. Oh, I know that's a fact. That's a bald-faced lie. I've been to Ace a couple of times. They're the doubly expensive, hard-to-get help place. Shelves that aren't prepared to make any sense. 2 weeks from everywhere. Ace is the place the helpful hardware plays. Nope. Lowe's is better. By a long shot. You know what's even better than that? My barn. I've never walked into my barn and walked out without what I needed to fix the thing I was working on. It's in there somewhere. Just have to look for it. You want a coated hardware cloth. Says they got it. Nah. Well, I don't know what coated hardware cloth is. I'm assuming that's the rags that mechanics use. Sounds like it. But either way, you'd probably be better off looking at Lowe's or, standing out front. I can't think of the name of it. All that's coming to mind is Big Lots, and that's not it. It's like Lowe's, but it's not. Like the stuff you make crab traps out of. Okay. That clears it up. I thought you used chicken wire to make crab traps. Home Depot, that's the place I'm thinking of. Thank you. I hate it when my brain gets stuck on a word. I know what I'm talking about, I just can't get it to come out of my mouth. April likes Big Lots at Walmart. Yeah, I do too, to some degree. But I shop at small places every chance I get because I'm a supporter of the mom and pop shop. For my prawns. You ever see that movie District 9? That's what you're working with, buddy. Just so you know that you're starting something you can't finish. Home Depot has more than Lowe's. Sometimes they do, yeah. Depends on what you're looking for. Hey, April. Good to see you. Thankfully, where I live, we got one of each. And a couple of other places, a place like called Tractor Supply. Do they have that down there? So between the three, we can find whatever we need. I shop Ace because I know the owner and I'm not in a hurry. There you go. That's the best way to shop. Shop at places that you know. Don't give your money to China unless you have to. Or should I say, Western Korea. Yeah, you have Tractor Supply? Yeah. It's an alright store. Most of it's just expensive crap, but they have a few good things. That's the place to go if you want a slicker, though. Or a cowboy hat. Or a trailer for some obscure lawnmower attachment. I don't have lawnmowers that have attachable attachments. Unless you count me attached to it. The most expensive piece of hardware I got is my Harley Davidson. The Tractor Supply here is very young, folks. Probably is everywhere. Young farmers and such. Trying to get that big dollar before they figure out that they can buy it at Walmart for half price. Or on the internet for even cheaper than that. I was looking at cameras on that wish.com. They got some pretty cheap cameras up there. Like under $50. And they're supposed to be able to do everything that the modern cameras can do. They're just made cheaper. I don't know if that's a worthy investment or not. I think I probably ought to just save up and buy decent cameras. Might be alright for some B-roll or something, but I don't know about my main camera. Of course, I've already got pretty decent cameras for B-roll, so I don't really need that. What I need is a good camera. Me too, but that usually gets me in trouble. I'm just kidding. Kevin is a pud. What is a pud? Is that a cross between a puff and a duffel? I'm on my own there. A name I made up, LOL. It could stand for penis unleashing damage. So you probably could take that as a compliment. I gotta go get our repute money. Ill repute money. Well, hey. Put as a new superhero. Or a sex-crazed maniac. Well endowed with the powers of the penis. Dun da da da! Whoosh. Hey, I didn't leave when you got here, Gray Sky Troll. I know you are. I know you are. Somebody called me a pervert once, and I said, no. I was a pervert in my childhood. I'm a provert now. Pretentious. Undetermining. Undermining. D. Pretentious undermining dick. What's he mining under? What's he mining for? You mean undermining? I'm hoping to pay a nice young lady to not press charges. Hey, there's a good idea. I'd like to pay a nice young lady to not press charges. Perfect ultimate dick. Pretty ugly dick. Proud undulating dinosaur. Jake does not have bail money. Jake does not have any money. I'm coming, Kevin. Mr. Perfection. Yep. They don't call us starving artists for nothing because we work and don't get paid for it sometimes. There you go, LOL. Hard to believe. It's not that hard to believe. Promises, promises. That's alright, though. There's no place I'd rather be. I'm joking, y'all. Seriously. What are you joking about? Bro, I've promoted all I can. Still do. I know you do. I'm not calling you out or anything. He picks on me, so I have the right to pick on him. So there you go. Ha ha ha. Well, I'm an entertainer. I'm supposed to be an asshole, so I get to pick on everybody. So there you go. Ha ha ha. I'm like Comic the Insult Dog, minus the charisma or charm. For me to poop on. Karn? Cam? Karn. Carm. Charisma. Or charm. I think that's what I said. Okay, how about this, April? The Pud is perfect ultimate dick. He dresses up in his super costume that is formed like a misshapen Twinkie. Pud Man. Da-da-da-da. Parm. Charm? I'm drunk. You are Mr. Charming, Jake. Well, thank you very much. I'm Mr. Something. My name is a 4-letter word. LOL, a great sky troll. And you, Jake, and Kevin. That's us. Look up in the sky. It's Batman. No. Superman. No. No. It's Pudman. Da-da-da-da. Here I come to shave the day. Here I come to shave the gray. That covers it. I knew I'd get there eventually. Like Conan the Librarian. Remember that stupid movie? I saw that not too long ago. Hilarious. I got a new movie to recommend also. It's called Fight, Run, Hide. Or Fight, Hide, Run. Something like Run, Hide, Fight. That's it. It's made by Daily Wire. It's an action movie with a conservative bent. I think you'll enjoy it. It's a pro-gun school shooter movie. And I really enjoyed watching it. Jake, do more Jones. Jokes. I'm full of jokes. Time Bandits. Yeah, that's a good movie too, but it's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about VHS. Or are you saying Time Bandits is a good movie, you should watch it? Which it is. It's a little obscure, though. It's not one of Bruce Willis's best movies, but it is a good movie. Isn't Bruce Willis in that one? And Billy Bob Thornton? Seems like he is. I might have it mixed up with something else. Pretty sure Billy Bob Thornton's in it, though. He looks good for women that are not bright but beautiful. Who? Me? That's not true. How old are you, Great Sky Troll? Curious. Are you our age? 45-ish? He's a little younger than me, but still, I think he's about 6 years younger than me. Our age? I'm 58, says Kevin. I'm 47 going on 132. Believe that. Believe it with all your heart. Yeah, 6 years younger than me. That's what I thought. Great Caesar's ghost! Great Scott! Gee willikers! Golly gee whiz! Oh, darn. Oh, man. What do you get when you cross a tiger with a parakeet? I don't know, but you better listen when he's talking. Ah! 58, and I was born in 1962, the year of the tiger on the Chinese zodiac. Grrr. Teddy Bear's Picnic. Are you just saying random things? Oh, okay, I'm 3 years older than you are, Great Sky Troll, but I bet you wouldn't tell. Well, that just got dark. Whoa! Wouldn't tell what? What happens in Florida stays in Florida. Play Teddy Bear's Picnic. Is that a song? Never heard it before. I'll learn it for you, though. Maybe. That she's 3 years younger than me. Yep. I caught it. I was just trying to turn it into something that it wasn't. God damn it. I'm old enough that I've started looking over the top of my glasses when I read things. Just ordered the Fisherman's Combo. Florida seafood, baby. Now, we've talked about this. Florida doesn't hold the gambit on sea coast. Sea goes up both sides and across the middle. It's the only song I've asked for in 8 months. Well, I'll make sure to play it for you then, sir. Matter of fact, I'll look it up right now. Picnic got a K on it. No, it does not. Song by Anne Murray? Is that what you want? A 1932 song by Henry Hall and his orchestra, redone by Anne Murray. Is there a particular version of this song you'd like for me to do? I was in court today, and Judge Helms knew the song Doraville. Was aware that the first Skinnerd album was made in Doraville. Congratulations. Sinatra 50. Then you're not telling the truth, Great Sky Troll, how old you really are. Sorry, Bing Crosby. Let me see.
Irish Spring Body Wash. Burn your shower.
I'm so happy. I like it. Well, I will do it. Yep, I'll do it for you. But don't forget about me. It's ridiculous how happy I am. Well, then let me just play the rest of it for you. It was weird. Ask April. April and I set out on my office deck tonight. About every 10 minutes, a plane of some type took off. At a certain point, the planes would turn out their lights. What is this? That sounds a lot to me like military training ops. That's swell, cousin. Troll is now the superhero. Happy drunk man. Me too. My wife thinks I'm nuts. It's so creepy, I love it. Well, to each his own. Now, in order to avoid a copyright, I must critique this song. So let me just say, that is a creepy song. And I do like it. And it does remind me of something. Obviously, the teddy bears are planning an insurrection. Obviously. And it does kind of remind you of Jeepers Creepers. That creepy carnival type sound. I'm glad you feel better. And now you have it. And now I must download it. And so I shall learn it for thee. Because I am that kind of man. Teddy bear picnic, huh? Bing Crosby. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. I can get into it. I can dig it. Do you appreciate that song? I appreciate that song. It was weird. Remember, Bing did a song with Bowie. It was great, but a little creepy to see them together. I bet it was. I never heard that. Much appreciation. I laud upon you. Thank you, sir. I can use all the appreciation I can get. So we've covered critique and music appreciation. And since we talked about it being the Bears planning an insurrection, we have changed the content of the song, which is transformation. So we have not broken any copyright laws. Brian, what's up, buddy? We were just talking about you and teddy bears causing insurrections. They did Little Drummer Boy. Bowie and Crosby? That's weird. Ba-da-ba-da-da-pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. Bum-pa-bum-bum. Gloria in excelsis Deo. I had to learn that song in chorus when I was a child. My first major crush was on my chorus teacher. Her name was Mrs. Register, and she was a little hottie. Pay rumpa-pum-pum. Pay Jakey Jake Jake. What's going on? Y'all make me laugh. That's what we're here for. It was a great duo. Look it up on YouTube.
The new MyWW Plus gives you more of what you need to help you lose weight. More simplicity with what's in your fridge, which suggests meals based on...
Go away, ads!
More motivation with on-demand workout classes. More free...
No ads. I don't like ads. You must give me the option to skip it.
That's that a lot, doesn't it? You're not the, But tell me,
This is a TV show, not a song.
They told me, ba-rum-ba-bum-bum, a newborn king to see, ba-rum-ba-bum-bum. Our finest gifts we bring, ba-rum-ba-bum-bum, rum-ba-bum-bum, rum-ba-bum-bum. Peace on earth.
Yes, I did.
Years from now, perhaps we'll see our finest day of glory.
You're thick, Toy.
Save the day of living peace.
Okay, that's all I can take of that. Need more alcohol. And that song was ridiculous. I thoroughly critique it, though I appreciate it. And at first chance will transform it. Brum-pa-bum-bum, say I transformed it. Now it's done. What in the world did I walk into? You walked into music appreciation craziness. I need to order a drink. Raise your hand. If you're sure. Is there anything you'd like for me to look up, Brian? That's ridicules. That was horrific. I concur, Doctor. Most illogical. Says the guy who still cannot raise one eyebrow. But I can do this. I'll think on it. Don't do that too hard. You might blow something. I'll ask wife Vader to get my additional alcohol. Okay. How many Polacks does it take to screw in a light bulb? One, you racist. What's the matter with you? Told you he was a pud. 2. One to screw in the light bulb and the other one to go extinct. Too soon? I really don't know what you see in this guy.
Is upgrading its sports network at a record pace. We were the first nationwide.
No. I don't know what you see in this guy. I don't much like him. But Brian is crazy about this song, so tell me what you think. This guy.
Well, my buckle makes impressions on the inside of her thigh. There are little feathered Indians where we tussle through the night. If I'd known she was religious, then I wouldn't have came stone to the house. Such an angel, too fucked up to get back home. Looking over West Virginia, smoking spirits on the roof. She asked, ain't anybody told you that them things are bad for you? I said, many folks toward me, there's been several people try, but up till now, there ain't been nothing that I couldn't leave behind. Hold me close, my dear. Sing your whispering song softly in my ear, and I will sing along. Honey, tell me how your love runs true, and how I can always count on you. Be there when the bullets fly, I'd run across the river just to hold you tonight.
And that is Feathered Indian. There you go. A song for Brian. Cosmo likes not all his songs, but this one. I'll keep that in mind. And you said the song was cool. What changed? I didn't say the song wasn't cool. I just said I don't like the guy. The song is cool. Nothing changed. Hey Cosmo, I'm gonna make prawns like tomatoes. Yummy. April gets it. I just don't like the guy because he reminds me of a punk kid who learned a few chords on the guitar and is now going off and doing his own thing. Here's the problem. He hadn't lived any of the shit that he's been singing about. And I'm a firm believer in the lived-in look. I believe that the only way to acquire the blues is to have the blues. The only way you can get the blues is to live hard. It takes time. You got to be my age to produce something that thought-provoking, as is the person who probably wrote that song. And if he wrote it by himself, I doubt very seriously he understands the depth of what he's singing. It's not a bad song. I just don't like the guy. He doesn't look like he's nearly talented enough to pull off that much charisma. A lot of the newcomers don't. I suppose that could be just my age talking, but I don't much care for a lot of the newer musicians. Because they're not really musicians. They know a few things, but they don't really have any skill. They don't have any ability to, you put that guy in a crowd full of college kids on a hard night and he won't know what to do. You could sell your soul at the crossroads. Not mine. I can't sell my soul because it don't belong to me. There is something to that mythos. There are people who have, for lack of better words, made deals, gave up a piece of them so that they could be who they wanted to be. That's a price I'm not willing to pay, however you look at it. But when I sing a song, you feel it because it's real. When he sings a song, I just hear a produced piece of shit that could be something good with the right voice behind it. He might make a good songwriter. I don't want to see his ginger face, though. Oh. I love you, too. You understand where I'm coming from, B. Ryan? Know what I mean? I want to hear the life in Waylon Jennings' voice when he sings about whatever it is he's singing about. I want to hear the wisdom and the pain and the understanding when he talks about the gray in his hair and the age on his shoulders. I don't want to see some little punk do it. It doesn't have the same effect. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't move me. Now, when that guy's 40 or 50 years old and he's actually experienced some loss and he knows about pain and he sings that same song, it may take on an entirely different meaning. It may have more behind it. And that I can appreciate. Troll also loves you. He is drunk. Ask him. I know. And the feeling is mutual. The one thing I don't feel when I hear that guy sing, I don't feel his soul. I don't feel him reaching. You know what I'm saying? I hear the words, they just don't touch me in that way. And the song is pretty decent. I don't know. I just don't like him. I don't like any of those guys that came out of Canada a couple years back. Him and there's another one that can't sing at all. Terrible. Tyler something or other. I think that's his name. But it's like the last bastion of the Outlaws was around Shooter Jennings and Lucas Wilson and those guys, you know. Lucas Nelson, sorry. And Hank the Third. And it seemed like there was a group of young people come up that tried to emulate them and, you know, carry that on. But they don't understand that that's hereditary. Those boys got it by nepotism. They grew up in it. That's the reason they got it. But their fathers are the ones who created that sound. And you don't just get that. You have to work for it. I spent 20 years of my life trying to find that depth in my music. And about the time I found it, I started losing my voice. Go figure, that's the irony of life. But I don't guess it was ever meant for me to make it. I like Ballad of a Southern Man by Whiskey Myers. Whiskey Myers. Whitey Morgan. Now there's a guy you might like. I don't like many of their songs. I've never heard Whiskey Myers, but listen to Whitey Morgan. That guy's good. And he can pull it off. That's what's important. He's a little bit of a Waylon clone, though. I mean, you could definitely tell where he got his bread buttered, but I've heard him do some things that were original stuff, and it's good. Another guy that's good is Jamie Johnson. That guy, you feel what he's talking about. Only he was so in the moment, he didn't even accept Nashville. He couldn't even fit in because he was too real. They didn't know where to put him. You sure did, Jake. You learned by playing by ear. You rock it, cuz. Thank you. I did learn by ear. And by fingers. Listen to Ballad when you get a chance. Ballad of a Southern Man.
Gillette Pro Glide. 5.
This is Whiskey Myers, Ballad of a Southern Man, to be critiqued and appreciated.
My first rifle was a 243. And Papa gave Daddy and Daddy gave to me. And they taught me how to shoot with a steady hand. I guess that's something you don't understand. Now I grew up on a prison farm, sneaking pulls a shine from a mason jar. Used to go fishing out Pickle Creek Dam, but I guess that's something you don't understand. When Grandma's in the kitchen, Papa's done passed on, we'd sit out on the front porch just to pick it on the summer. And there's blood on the table, but we worked for what we had. And I was raised in this land. I guess there's something you don't understand. And I still fly that southern flag, whistling Dixieland enough to brag. And I know all the words to simple man. I guess that's something you don't understand. Pledge my allegiance the original way. Say Merry Christmas, not Happy Holidays. I can't change my ways, I know who I am. I guess that's something you don't understand. Grandma's in the kitchen, Papa's done passed on. We sit out on the front porch, just picking on the song. There's blood on the table, we work for what we have. I was raised in this land.
That's a good song, man. That's a good one. Yeah, I believe I could get behind that one. I like the harmony in it, too. Yep. Hey. Anything else you guys would like to critique? It's getting close to my bedtime. I'm beginning to get weak at the knees. Yep, devils. I'm drunk. If only I hadn't been drunk in a long time. What you growing lately? He's growing prawns and brim and tomatoes. He's probably got a little you-know-what growing somewhere, but he wouldn't tell you where it was. Some lawn-challenged foliage. That Thing You Do by the Wonders. Oh, I do that thing you do. I gave up the fire water. Get drunk, Jake, and hang with Great Sky and me in April. Well, it's kind of hard for me to get drunk being that I don't actually drink. It doesn't work for me very well. I have a drinking problem. Every time I try to drink, I just pour it all over my face. I'm afraid I can't relate. I can make you think I'm drunk, though. That's part of my act. But I don't partake in the alcohol too often. It's not that I have anything against it. I encourage it. It's just not my thing. I don't smoke pot either, but I got lots of friends that smoke pot. That's not to say I don't have my own vices. They're just not those vices. So you understand. I'll definitely get something and hang out with you guys. But how can I be the life of the party if I'm wasted? You see the size of that chicken? Ooh. That was from a little peyote. I remember that movie. I don't partake in peyote either, however I would love to, but I'd like to go straight for the ayahuasca. Or DMT. You're having a Guinness? Aye. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. What chicken? The chicken in the movie Young Guns that wasn't there. Did you see the size of that chicken? Oh, well. You know how it is. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-da. I must endure. All zeros. All right, let's see what we got here. The fucking doodle doc, Kevin. Have more alcohol. Great. I have ate meatloaf. Yum, I'm full. Meatloaf sounds good. Did you grow it, Great Sky? Speaking of growing alcohol, I very much would like to have a moonshine still. Just paid the bill. Now time to go home with a beautiful April. If we sign off early, remember the old saying, don't come a-knocking on the podcast when the house is rocking. If the house is a-rockin', don't come a-knocking. If the house is a-rockin', don't come a-knocking. If the house is a-rockin', don't bother, come on in. I think you might be inviting something you're not expecting. It was fabulous. April is blushing. You have a still at Pops? Well, I would like to have a small one. Produce maybe a gallon. You know, something I can pass out to my friends. But I want to do it right so it don't make them go blind or anything. But I think it would be cool to be able to provide some for parties and stuff. I've always wanted to do that. I just ain't never got around to it. I understand the principle. I just haven't put it into practice. But I would very much like to. My problem is knowing where to get the copper from. April may not have been born in the year of the tiger, but trust me, she's a tiger. Grr. I feel invited. That's what I'm saying. It's not difficult. My father-in-law has a still in the mountains, also had 50 beehives. Now that sounds like a dude I'd like to talk to. I'd like to have him on the podcast, ask him a few mountain questions. We need to start having some guests on Wednesdays and Fridays. Y'all need to get download StreamYards or something so we can do a video chat between us occasionally. I think that'd be fun. Give everybody else a chance to see you. He passed in 2013. Wowie golly. Well, I can't very well talk to him if he's dead, now can I? Go get a milk can, stainless copper tube, and cold water. Goodness, yeah, I understand the principle. I said that. I just haven't put it in practice. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to use copper and stainless. Brian, sounds to me like you are bringing the moonshine and honey. Good local honey, though. You don't want to eat honey that's not local to you. It's not good for you. You want to eat honey from where you're at. I mean, I guess it ain't bad for you. It just won't do anything for you. If you eat local honey, it boosts your immune system and gives you all kinds of good for you antioxidants and stuff like that. I'm thinking about involving quail and fish and prawns. Quail might be an interesting thing if you can handle the sound of them. My wife tried hives down here, but bees kept dying. It's too hot. Too hot. Too long. Bees do exist there, but they just don't thrive there. You need to be someplace like here. There's drunk, and then there's moonshine drunk. Moonshine drunk involves getting naked. It can. It can also involve going blind and passing out. I want to make some of that white lightning. Untrue. All but Turkish honey is good. It is true. I didn't say it was bad for you. I just said it wouldn't do anything for you. If you eat local honey, it does something for your immune system. If you eat non-local honey, it does something for their immune system. Where you're at matters. That's why people get sick when they travel a long distance. It's because they're accustomed to one climate, one atmosphere, and then they go to another place and it's different, and their body can't handle it for a little while. They have to acclimate. Well, it don't affect the honey if the bees die, April. Unless they died of bee AIDS. Which they didn't. I don't know that eating honey from a far-off place is bad for you. I just don't think it'd be beneficial to you. It doesn't give you a net positive. Because the immunity and the antioxidants and all that are geared towards that area. Turkish honey is a hallucinogen. Is it really? I didn't know that. That means they're getting into something that ain't good. It might be pollinating an ayahuasca plant. Or something that's got DMT in it, like a morning glories. You know morning glories were a hallucinogen? If you do it wrong, though, it's poisonous. It'll kill you. But if you know how to extract the chemical out of it, you can get quite high off of morning glories. See all kinds of weird things. alright.com. Anatola honey. It's the plant they gather pollen from. Yeah, I would imagine. So it's like shrooms here, huh? Yeah. You don't pollinate shrooms, though. They have their own way of sporing around. See what I did there? I made a horror joke with mushrooms. They're whores, that's what I'm saying. Whoas. Look at the whoas. I tried mushrooms once. And for like 5 minutes, I felt like I could run around the world, and the colors were a little brighter than usual. That's it. That's all I got from it. I ate a whole handful of them. If that wasn't enough, I don't want to do any more. I don't think shrooms are strong enough for me. I need something powerful like ayahuasca. I had to go to South America to get on that. I think there's some places in Arizona that have it, but you got to know people to get into those places because it's illegal here. Never me, not ever. Really? Mushrooms tried you once? Phew. I don't want to talk about shrooms. 34-hour high in Florida and watching dragonflies. Flashbacks. Really? That must have been the same time I tried them, because when I got them, well, you were there. That's when we lived in that trailer park. And you were working for Henry. And I had just got married. One of our neighbors had them. Gave me a handful of them. So it must have been the exact same time, and they didn't do shit for me. I prefer my fiction with dragons. I had fried mushrooms at lunch. Nothing. Dang it. I must have a higher constitution than you do, Brian, because they didn't do nothing for me. Slightly brighter colors, that's all. No way. I don't. That shit stinks. It can kill you. It can kill you if you don't know what you're doing. If you get the wrong mushrooms, it can. It won't kill you if you know what to get. If you know what a psilocybin mushroom is. None of us have ever had psilocybin mushrooms. The mushrooms we had were cow patty mushrooms. They were the cheap ones. We ain't never had the little mushrooms with the red dots on them, or white dots and red caps. The kind that really get you going. Now, that may be why it did it different to you. I ate them out of a bag. Whole. Maybe the cooking of it is what makes it more potent. You have? I have not. But I'd like to. You'll stick to Turkish honey? The only Turkish honey I want is named Candy and can hold her breath for 5 minutes. And instinctively wants to make me a sandwich. That's sexist, Jake. Uh-huh. I'm not in Europe. Yeah, bring the bacteria. Yeah, proper shrooms. Yeah, you can get good ones, but the real good ones are those psilocybin mushrooms, like the Papa Smurf mushrooms. Those don't grow in the cow patties around Florida. I don't know where you get them from. Must be like in Maine or something where it's real lush, wet. Candy needs training. Yeah. I'm willing to put in the work if she is, though. Blowjobs, that's what we're talking about here. Yeah, and T, LOL. Where do the good mushrooms come from? Does anybody know? Because I don't. Fortunately, I don't know much about that. Only that there are good ones. And really strong ones. Not like the shrooms that the rednecks pick up. GN, folks. Is that a good night? Well, good night. Thanks for hanging out. Join us when you can stay longer. Like on Sunday or Monday. That's when you need to be here. Well, I love you. Good night. Come see us Sunday. The good ones, the ones I'm talking about, I ain't never seen no such a shit in the South, and I grew up there. Understood. Come see your thing? I might have to do that. That is interesting. I've often wondered where they came from. I've never seen, any knowledge on that, just that they exist and people have studied them for years and years and years, and that there's some religions loosely based on them and whatever. I don't think psilocybin's where it's at, though. I think ayahuasca's where it's at. That dithyltriliptamine, number 5. Joe Rogan will tell you all about it. Y'all are so cool. Thank you. Dimethyltryptamine. I think that's it. I love you too. And it's about time for me to get out of here anyway. Please take a minute and press that subscribe button. Press the bell icon so you get notifications of when I'm going to be here. Hit that like button like it owes you money. It owes me money every day. Share this video with somebody you love or somebody you hate. It works either way for me. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking about. Tell me where I can get some decent mushrooms at. And, they got to be the right thing. If you want to help out and you think that you got something good going and you want to help us grow, take a moment and go to paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. Every little bit helps, and I sure do appreciate your patronage. And with that, I am going to call it a night and watch some news and pass out on my bed. I will pass troll. I do not want to see your thing. Florida has excellent shrooms. We have them 3 months, maybe. I had to look into that. I love you guys with all my heart. I love you true, and I will see you on Friday. Be there or be square.